Loam deck versus Dan Neeley and his Cloud Post deck. So, you took away the Cloud Post deck. There we go.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
just switch this around here.
All right, I see.
All right.
I know how it's going here.
We have it. We figured it out.
I have the banana peels here.
Jeff leads with a Wasteland and then a Mox Diamond, removing I believe, a Bayou, and plays a Dark Confidant just to start
turn
the
one
game.
Dark Confidant. Who can be disappointed with that?
I'm not disappointed.
If I was Dan, I would be. Oh, and a go. So Dan, again, is playing a slower deck. He has Cloud Post ability, so he can play things that get to a lot of mana very quickly. However, with a Dark Confidant play, Jeff is going to draw a boatload of cards here. So Dark Confidant attacks, a slight glare. I think... Can you see what the card is there?
That's just a Bayou. Yeah, a Bayou.
Just a Bayou, okay.
It's
that's
in
one
his
discard.
graveyard.
Okay. I'm trying to see. So we're going to have a little issue watching, looking at graveyard here, I see.
And here comes trouble.
Chalice for 1. Alright, so that shuts down Dan's entire mana searching abilities.
Yeah.
It turns off
Sensei's Divining Cup, Brainstorm,
Crop Rotation,
Pithing Needle.
Candelabra,
Yeah.
Expedition Map. All of that's in his main deck, and it's all for naught.
Yeah.
I saw him beat a Chalice on 1, Game 3, in 2 top 8, 2 win to get to the point where he was in his winning end. So, let's see if he can do it again. He does have Repeal in his deck, I believe, 4 Repeal. So, he has the ability, and that is a 2-mana spell, luckily for him. No, it's a 1-mana spell, actually, on the Chalice. So, he can't cast Repeal. 0. Never mind. So, he is down to...
He couldn't cast Repeal on the Chalice.
Right, so he can't free up those ones.
Right.
So to speak,
he can cast Repeal, he just can't cast it as a one casting cost spell.
So his main deck he can't cast. He doesn't have any real answer to it. He's just going to sit there and shut him down. He has Show and Tell in his deck, so he can actually, if he doesn't get the big mana, he can sneak in his Ulamog, Kozilek, Emrakul, or one of his Primeval Titans at worst. And if he lands a Primeval Titan, that's almost infinite mana as well. He's going to just get a bunch of Cloud Posts, attack, get a bunch of Cloud Posts, and then he's going to have enough to do major damage with.
Yeah, it's tough for Dan because so many of his cards have now been shut off by that Chalice. But he still has plenty of endgame. His Cloud Post, there you go. That's a Glimmer Post, which I believe is what he played for his second turn. But his Cloud Posts will add so much mana that he will be playing Eldrazi, which, have no problem with the Chalice on.
Right. But the main problem here is that you're not used to getting hated on game 1.
No,
like,
not turn 2 game 1.
Turn 2 shut off. That's like getting, someone playing Illness in the ranks against me in Standard.
Yeah.
Turn 1, which has happened before.
So in the meantime, a second Dark Confidant came down. Jeff attacked with the first one. He is taking no time to just draw a ton of cards with that Dark Confidant.
And Dan's hand has a lot of land in it. Dan's hand has a lot of land. A lot of mana sources here. He's got a lot of expensive cards in his deck, and without those 1-drops, it's going to be tough to kind of get there. He's going to have to naturally draw these Cloud Posts and naturally draw these Vesuvas to copy them. Jeff, on the other hand, has pretty much, having 2 Dark Confidants in play, that is a lot of cards. It's just really tough to combat that, especially after the Wastelanding begins, if you will.
Yeah, Jeff has already wastelanded the Glimmer Void that we saw previously. So,
and this Zenith is going to be for... He's fetching and Zenithing, so it's going to be for 2. And we'll see what 2-drop he gets. So I'm assuming a Gaddock Teague. Yep.
And that is exactly what he gets. So.
I like the Gaddock Teague in the deck, the 1-of, and the Green Sun Zenith, because, as you know, those don't work too well together.
Right. Zenith fatigue seems like a nice little...
Yeah, once that happens, there's no more Zenithing to be had. So, the old can't do the X spells here, All right, so Dan draws. I think he drew a Candelabra. That spell would be countered.
Didn't get a good look. Yeah, Candelabra is shut off, and we have, looks like Vesuva copying Cloud Post there from Dan. Dan is so far behind right now on cards.
I think it's a Show and Tell. Does he have a Show and Tell Haymaker here? I don't think so. I think it's another... Is that a Pithing Needle in his hand? Yeah, I think he had Pithing Needle, Show and Tell, Candelabra. Pretty much every card he's going to draw is a 1-mana spell he can't cast.
Yeah, his deck is made up of, actually, I just want to count them: 4 Crop Rotation, 4 Brainstorm, 4 Divining Tops, 3 Needles, 3 Expedition Map, and 2 Candelabra.
So 20
Autonomous.
cards can't be cast. 4 repeals can't stop the Chalice.
Yeah.
So basically, in essence, 24 cards are affected by this Chalice. Man, that is a nightmare. When you look at someone's deck prior to playing and you see 4 Chalice in the main deck, you gotta just, gulp and not be very ecstatic about this.
Yeah, and Jeff plays 4 Chalice main deck, so Dan's not getting out of this particular trap in game 2 or 3.
No, and I think he's used to, or he's been in the position of the Chalicer.
Right.
That's Dan, who has him also in his sideboard, and it's tough to beat it when it's on the other side. All right, so Thoughtseize with a Chalice for 1 out. Wait, that's countered. Okay.
Yeah, that was a mistake there. Burning Wish for Thoughtseize.
Yeah, Jeff,
Jeff says, "Whoops, forgot." Yep. It's kind of there you go.
Did a little peeksy of the camera. Yeah.
Sometimes you accidentally just counter your own spell.
Yeah. And in this case, is just as good in the graveyard as it is in his hand.
It happens. It's Magic the Gathering.
Right.
That is how we
Mr.
roll.
Pasco and I don't miss too many on-board thingies like that, do we, Mr. Pasco?
Never.
As long as it's not, Keswick Wolf Run. We had a problem with that. The glare. It's hard to see these red sources sometimes.
And certainly, if there are no red sources over there.
Can Dan activate Wolf Run currently? I don't think so.
He can't. Keep leaning forward, Dan. We can see better.
Right.
Just keep leaning forward.
Yep.
All right, so Jeff Hoogland with total control of this match, drawing 2 extra cards a turn off a Dark Confidant, and has 6 power of guys on the board.
Another
all swinging
Wasteland
in here.
pretty much locks us up, and then the Punishing Fire to finish
Punishing
him
Fire
off.
to finish him, yeah. That's going to put him to 1. The Punishing Fire finishes him off, and Jeff says, "Is that good? Okay, all right. Let's
Like,
go
sure,
game
you
2.
dead? You dead? Okay, you dead? All right, let's
You think
go ahead.
Jeff sides out his chalices?
No, I don't
Okay,
think so.
good
I think
call.
he goes up to 8 after board, right?
yeah.
All
So
right.
slide in some of Dan's chalices.
Look at what he has. Even more hate to be had here. He has 3 Thalia. This is on Jeff's side. He has 3 Thalia to add to that. He has a second Gaddock Teague, but Gaddock Teague, it doesn't do anything. When he's tutored for Gaddock Teague, I'm trying to think what the Gaddock Teague stopped on Dan's side. It was very peculiar to get him because it actually doesn't stop any card in his deck.
You're right. I was kind of thinking about that as well. When
Right, I think he just got
played
a
it,
bear
but-
out, but he might as well have just waited 1 turn, get Night Reliquary, and won to him. But then again, when you're ahead that much, like I said before, you're going to get him anyway, so who cares?
He Green Sun Zenith for a Grizzly Bear.
He
That
wanted Grizzly
also
Bear.
made it so that he wouldn't
able to
be
Green
able to
Sun
Green Sun
Zenith.
Zenith. So he was just like, that way I don't need to worry. I can use
Right.
his Green Sun. Anyway,
Oh.
some sort of logic applied there. He also countered his own Thoughtseize, so maybe we shouldn't overthink it.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Sometimes you got to counter your own Thoughtseize.
Sometimes you do.
This sideboard has a
It
lot
saved
of...
him 2 life. by
It
the
does,
way.
it does. The sideboard sadly has Burning Wish, so you really can't just board in everything you want to board in. The Showering Spree's cool, Maelstrom Pole is cool.
He is a Burning Wish deck, so he's got 4 main decks, so he doesn't really need to board in anything. He can just wish for what he needs. But speaking of what you guys have been wishing for,
Some more premium.
some more premium.
Would you like some
that segue?
premium?
Would you guys want some premium? So what
Is
we're
that
gonna
all you
do?
want?
I'm sure they want more than that.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
But we're just going to give them premium. So, as always, during the top 8 of the Standard and Legacy Opens, we give away Star City Games premium access. In the quarterfinals, as we are in right now, we give away 3 months. So what we'll do, ask you a question. You guys tweet the answer with the hashtag SCG Premium. I'm going to put you in charge of that.
No,
while
it's
I'm
okay.
talking.
We're good pointers.
So with the hashtag SCG Premium and a random correct answer will win whatever premium we're giving away. So for this particular time, 3 months. So you got the envelope.
Oh, actually, I can ask him. Should I ask him one of the trivia questions? Maybe what card is in my pocket? Only one person can guess that because I bought it for him. That would be a tough question.
I think I can guess.
You could. It's
You didn't buy it for me though.
Time Vault.
Oh, come on! You had to give me a chance to guess. Well, anyway, that's not the question.
No, we have a better question than that.
We do. So here's an easy one, just for 3 months. This one's pretty
You have the
easy.
easy one.
What deck archetype won the previous SCG Legacy Open? So first you have to figure out when the previous Legacy Open was. Then you need to figure out who won it and what they were playing.
Well, I got in trouble for giving hints last time, so
No
I'm not
hints.
no hints.
It was a Star City Legacy Open, and it was the most recent one. What was the deck archetype? That's what we want to know. We don't need anything more than the deck archetype and the hashtag SCG Premium. There it is.
Yeah, please add that so we can see, give you credit when credit's due.
That's right. And of course, the other thing important specifically for the winners is to follow SCG Live on Twitter so that we can direct message you when you win. So you should be following SCG Live anyway, so you get the announcements of when the rounds are, what's on camera.
It's easier than
like
wading
that.
through the sea of men.
Sure.
To get there.
Well, and that's SCG Open pairings. I think you're thinking of. But the
Sorry, whenever I think about when I'm following you on Twitter right now, that is the pairings. That has been the most helpful addition.
That's
and
huge. Yeah.
There's a certain major company that actually stole that idea from us, and
Was
it
it
also does
Target?
it too. No, not Target. So I mean, but definitely follow us. We have a lot of good things to say, and we also love your feedback. We always look at the Twitter feed, and we want to see what we can do to aid some questions you may have, maybe questions about the match or questions about decisions that we're making compared to what the players down there are making as well. So back to the sideboard.
Yeah, we have. So we mentioned Jeff is a Burning Wish deck.
Right.
So he doesn't really need to bring in very much because he can just tutor up what he needs.
Right.
I believe he's going to bring in those Thoughtseizes though, because you could see how badly he wanted one. He even counted it himself.
Right.
He played it through his own chalice.
I think he is just
He
dead.
did wish for it.
He is hell bent on Chalice for One. Chalice for One is the key to victory for him. However, if you don't have the Chalice for One, it ain't too shabby to have a Thoughtseize in your hand, and maybe even a Shattering Spree, because you already have the Maelstrom Pulse that you can Burning Wish for, which is an answer to things that he will have out. Look at Dan's list. He has 3 Pithy Needles. There could be a situation where he has multiple Pithy Needles out, and that will be a blowout. Or Candelabra is something that you want just dead right away, so maybe the Shattering Spree as a natural draw might be pretty good there.
So on Dan's side of the board, he actually has a traditional sideboard, and
I
he's got a
forgot
few
this card
cards.
here.
Oh, you wanna...
This card here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one.
Oh, Retribution of the Meek. Let's look at that.
We looked it up earlier, and I have forgot because it is a.
This is the Wrath effect.
Okay, the
from
Wrath
Visions.
for 4 power or more. Okay.
Bury all creatures with power 4 or greater. That's a pretty good spell. I think most of
These are definitely coming into Thalia's. We forgot to mention that, or I sort of mentioned that. But Thalia is a monster in this deck because, as you can see, he has 28 spells. That is more. That is 8 more spells than an Augur Bolus deck. So that is enough spells where you are constantly going to be casting them. Even though your end game is very expensive, Thalia will stop you from ever getting there if you don't have the proper mana. And it's better than Gaddock Teeg. So
Sure, I like that better. So Dan's side, Dan, he's got 3 chalices of his own. I don't think he brings them in here.
he has the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale.
That is an interesting one. That
We know what that one does. I know what that one does.
Yeah, I always like to have the things in front of me.
Oh,
but
yeah. Oh,
So, because there's of course Magus of the Tabernacle.
You were looking it up. I wasn't going to tell
You were totally, ragging on me here. Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, giving all the creatures upkeep of 1.
Not very good in this matchup. He just has, Dark Confidant and big creatures like Knight of the Reliquary. I think that he's going to definitely bring in cards like Venser.
To deal with Chalice. It's
right.
One,
a 4-mana
one
answer to Chalice is perfectly okay. Cursed Totem shuts down Knight of the Reliquary, but I don't know. Yes, I kind of. It's not like he plays that Knight of the Reliquary anytime soon. It doesn't.
Right,
it seems like that comes just way late.
Very often, it's we did see him.
Does he even activate it?
Yeah, we saw him activated a couple times, but it was
But
almost
more or less
like
he,
I've got a huge guy, and that was really the relevant part of the Knight of the Reliquary, where it was he didn't really need to be using it. He was, I think, just playing tight, but I think essentially a Cursed Totem shutting down Knight of the Reliquary. I don't think Jeff is going to be so sad if he's just got a vanilla, 1919.
Yeah, I guess my 1919 can't do anything, but it's still 1919. So Chalice of the Void of his own. He could play Chalice for 0, which I think he's going to bring in to stop a Chalice of the Void from his opponent.
Yeah, that's an interesting play. It's possible. So
no better answer to Chalice than Chalice. So we'll see if that pans out. Jeff starts off with a Wasteland, the controller of Legacy, to make sure nobody plays all non-basics.
Wouldn't Dan need a chalice on 2 to stop a chalice on 1 because it costs 2?
I think in the converted mana cost.
Well, the converted mana cost is 0, but once you cast it, that's a good question.
Let's take a look.
About Chalice of the Void. To stop if you want to play Chalice to stop an opposing Chalice?
0, right? Could be
Shaheen
wrong.
says 0. I say 4. If it's a Chalice, I'm sorry,
It's
not,
4?
you have to pay 4 to get a Chalice on
Oh,
2 to
okay.
stop a Chalice on 1.
Oh, okay.
That's what
gotcha.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that seems to be the what we're going with. So,
I'm glad you know your chalice and technology more than mine. What's happening here? We got a couple wastelands. That's what's happened. Wasteland.
and the Sensei's Divining Top for Dan.
I still think you're bringing chalice here to do. Say again?
I
think so.
I mean, it's possible you would really need to hope to get yours early enough to play yours on high, like you need it early enough to be able to play
Right.
it before
It's
Jeff
only 2
plays his,
cloud
and
posts,
it's
so you know what I mean. He has the ability to really pump that out.
sure he could potentially do it. There's the Expedition map, which Dan just played, and that one lets him search up whichever post he needs, or whatever land he actually needs. Typically a post of some sort.
Right. Posts are things that make other posts.
Yeah, it just everything. All the posts boost each other.
And there's
so,
the
yeah. Jeff has the
team
Dark
captain of the deck.
I thought it was Night of the Reliquary because he called it Midsummer Night's Dream. So
He did, but
he didn't call it
he's
Midsummer Bob's
Dream.
Dream.
He's the face of the deck. He's like the figurehead of sitting in the throne.
Okay.
Dark Confidant does all the legwork here. Here, as he shows, drawing 2 cards.
Yeah, draws a Tranquil Thicket and I believe a second Tranquil Thicket off the top. Light from the
Loam for Wastelands. This is going to be a nightmare match from here on out. Dan's deck is probably the most susceptible to Wasteland, and is why decks like 12 Posts and Tron have been historically unable to crack legacy metagames.
Yeah, so Dan loams back 2 of his 2 Wastelands, uses one immediately, and then discards his Tranquil
Let's
Thicket.
take a look at his land real quick. Is there any comeback
All right.
on Dan's list to come back from a Wasteland from 0 land for the rest of the game? He has to draw a fetch land to get island, or at least leave the fetch land out there. He has to have repeated fetch lands. He really doesn't have that many fetch lands compared to the most decks. He has 6 total. He has to spend all those lands on non-basics. No, he has 7 total, excuse me. So he's going to need a lot of fetches real fast.
Yeah, this is really bad for Dan. Partly, Jeff has that Loam Wasteland interaction for regular decks.
Right.
Decks that have lands that don't add 2 mana and don't play 11 cost or 15 cost or Eldrazi.
This is a nightmare situation for Dan. He's going to have no ability to recuperate unless, like we said, he draws all these lands in a row that are fetches, and he just leaves them there. But even if he does draw those, eventually, to play his deck, like you said, he has super expensive spells. How in the world is he going to ever get to that kind of mana against Wastelands?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, come on, Joe. Let's figure out a way. Let's help him out here.
Yeah.
Let's go lifeline him out of this.
All right, let's see.
Let's see. How about...
I mean, he can get an island. Everything he gets besides island is susceptible
Is
to
dead.
either doesn't add mana, like a fetch land,
Right.
or is susceptible to wasteland.
Right. He's going to need to get island and play multiple Vesuvas copying those islands to one day play a... I don't know. You know what he needs? He needs Rest in Peace. He needs...
Rest in Peace
he does
would-
have a Caracas.
Be nice.
He could...
Oh, Jeff has a
cast it.
Caracas.
Oh, never mind. Can't cast Rest in Peace. All right, so I think Jeff knows what kind of situation Dan's in, and he's just going to end this game real quick because he knows that he's got the Wastelands. Dan can't play any more lands. If he does, they're gone.
So Nantuko Monastery is activated, becomes a 4/4, and Dark Confidant joins up with it, comes over and hits Dan for 6.
He draws a repeal. His hand's all land or all non-lands. Just a bunch of spells. And he has an Expedition map sitting there. He's just in discard mode now. And Jeff is going to just finish putting the pieces of this puzzle together. And I think Dan knows that.
Yeah,
I mentioned yesterday there's something about singing and stuff. Fat ladies.
Oh yeah.
Something like that's happening here.
Burning Wish from Jeff.
In Legacy, I tend not to count
Oh, I'm
anyone
sorry,
out
Burning
ever.
Wish off the top from Jeff with the Dark Confidant.
Right. Like I say, I don't count anyone out. However, when you have the entire deck list in front of you and can't calculate any series of demonic tutors, then this is going to be just the paperwork needs to be filled in here. So he plays a Wasteland. He's going to bring in the Burning Wish here.
Yeah, there's the Burning Wish.
Looking at his sideboard, I'm not sure what he needs. Maybe a Thoughtseize. Oh, what is that? Sherry Spray? Okay, why not? That's just a, that's just a jerk move. That's all I'm gonna say. There's no need for that. He's going for flawless victory.
He absolutely is. Well, he's at 18. It's not flawless.
All right, he's gonna gain 2 life here.
Yeah. Well, how's he doing that?
Let's see. He'll
officially he had a flawless victory.
Right.
He did that damage to himself with Dark Confidant. So
right.
Dan extends the hand, and Jeff Hoogland with.
Can you possibly think of a worse matchup than
that?
This?
Was awful for Dan.
When you have not only do you have 4 Chalice in your main deck to shut your entire 75 down.
Well, not your entire 75.
I say 75 because even though he has all these expensive guys, he needs those 1-mana spells to get to those expensive guys. You know what I mean? The only other avenue of victory is show and telling one of those guys in. But to add to that nightmare, he has 4 Wasteland he's playing against, or let's see, 3 or 4. I think it's 4 Wasteland. Let's take a look here. A lot of Wastelands. There's somewhere.
Where are the Wastelands?
Maybe he didn't register them. Oh, we might be able to get a free win here. Let's see if we can call him back. Hold on.
There they are.
Right, he put the Wasteland up with the spells. I guess he really likes them. Okay, so he has 4 Wasteland to top it all off. So even if you try to get to that show and tell mana, all your stuff is gone forever, and he can just loop you with life in the line.